Time is flying, so we need to sum up all the key takeaways that we had from today. And in order to do so, I've invited, there's a lot of international presence here at Nordbygg. I actually talked to the Swedish magazine Byggvärlden, one of the biggest ones in the construction business, and they asked me if the interest in the Swedish market has risen over the last 2 years, the 2 years since the last Nordbygg. And you can see that on the international pavilions. I think the Polish pavilion is twice as big as last time. The Dutch presence is very big. We have a lot of Finnish companies here as well. Of course, a lot of the Baltic countries are represented here as well, but just to choose 3, because we have a limited space of time, I wanted to ask 3 of the countries what their key takeaways are from this session and from Nordbygg. So I would like to welcome up on stage, first of all, Anna Öberg, from the Embassy of Finland, commercial section. You're a senior advisor there. Eva Blom, commercial attaché at Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Welcome up. And Sebastian Magier, head of the trade office for Polish Trade and Investment Agency here in Stockholm. Please give them a round of applause, of course. So just to start things up, maybe you should introduce yourself quickly, and also your international interest in Nordbygg of each of our respective countries. Maybe Sebastian, as you're the closest one, we can start with you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Sebastian Magier. I'm the head of the Polish Trade Office here in Stockholm for the Polish Investment Trade Agency. The office has been working for 7 years now. I have the privilege of doing it for 7 years now. And the construction sector is one of the most important sectors for us as Poland. As you know, not only Polish workers are being employed here, but we have more and more Polish construction companies present on the market, and also many suppliers from Poland that are supplying materials and products to the Swedish construction market. So yeah, and so it's a lot of interest from the companies in Nordbygg, so we are very happy to have our presence here.
Eva?
Yes, good afternoon everyone, and thank you for inviting me to this panel. My name is Eva Blom. I'm working at the Dutch Embassy on Södermalm here in Stockholm, and we are working quite a lot with what we call economic diplomacy. And in this word, it encompasses trade promotion, investment promotion, and also collaborations on innovation. So quite many of my colleagues are involved in trying to bring business together. And I'm personally focusing mainly on the sustainable built environment and on sustainable mobility. So very short, in 2018, I came here with a delegation. We looked at Nordbygg and we thought, well, there must be opportunities in Sweden for Dutch companies. So since then we have been coming back, and now it's the 3rd time we have a pavilion here in the Sea Hall. So you are all welcome to join us there for talks with Dutch companies.
Anna.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Anna Öberg. I work as senior advisor at the Embassy of Finland here in Sweden, where I work in the commercial section. And Sweden is, of course, the most important economic partner to Finland, both in terms of export, import, but also the largest foreign direct investor to Finland. So really our best friend in a sense. And we work with different sectors, helping Finnish companies in the Swedish market. And I personally focus a lot on the built environment and energy. And today here at Nordbygg we have 20 plus Finnish companies with their own stands and joint stands. So it's really an important trade fair for Finnish companies here in Sweden.
Thank you very much. We've been listening to the whole session today about different topics. We've been talking about the big investments in the Stockholm region. We've been hearing a lot about the Swedish market, how it kind of picks up after a bit of a slowdown. We've had very interesting discussions on sustainability, construction materials, and resilience in both city planning and regional planning. And of course, we've heard insights from experts about how to enter the market, common pitfalls, and so on. What would be your, one key insight from this program today and Nordbig today that international companies should remember? Anna, maybe we should start with you.
Yeah, I think that it's really clear that the market is very growth oriented and the conditions are very stable and predictable. So I think that if you are a foreign company with a unique solution that really adds value and also contributes to sustainability, then it's a very good market for you if you have also the patience and persistence to enter. So the conditions are there, and there's also the market also offers a diverse set of concrete business opportunities at the moment. So yeah, good conditions.
Eva?
I agree. I can just refer to what I heard Leo Wallin saying in a panel here before on doing business as a foreign company here in Sweden, and he said, don't go here just by yourself. Take advice from people who know the market. So that's what I could sort of add to your answer.
Sebastian, you have something to add to that?
Yeah, of course, I agree with my colleagues, but I would like to add that talking to the companies from Poland, this was a Polish day for me. Our ambassador was here at the whole delegation, 60 companies at the Pavilion, other companies around the fair. So I've talked a lot about what's happening in the sector, and the outcome of it is like the diversity of different opportunities. So those companies that are with us here are with purpose, and they are all over the sectors. So we are very happy to have them. And then of course they say that the market is growing. They see that there is more interest. That's why we have so many companies this year. Now we had 35 2 years ago. This year we have 60 on our pavilion. We have a regional pavilion with 6 companies, and there are other companies individually. So we see a growing potential. The investment potential is always there. There are many public investments that we are looking into, and some of our companies are already working as general contractors. But of course, we would like to have more, and the climate between Poland and Sweden is great for that, I would say.
You know, you all work kind of with the same thing that I do at Stockholm Business Region, with helping companies from your respective countries to enter the Swedish market. Just to be a bit on the realistic side, some companies, of course, succeed on the market. There are many examples. Some of them, unfortunately, fail. In order to, draw from their mistakes, what would you say is the most common mistake that companies that do fail make when entering Sweden?
I can start. When I'm dealing with Dutch companies, they are used to, speaking in general terms, to have fast decisions, fast success, etc. So that, I think, is sometimes you need to work on expectation management for those companies. That, especially in a sector like this built environment sector, there are no fast decisions. You have to work a long time to prepare yourself, do your homework well, and then take the start entering the market. So that would be what I've seen during the years. The companies that are not succeeding, that they are too impatient.
Yeah, I can only echo that, and I think from my perspective, working with Finnish companies, then of course it's very close geographically. We share the Swedish language, and also of course low barriers to enter. But I think those pros can also a little bit cause a problem, because you might underestimate the complexity to enter the market and how much resources it takes to enter the market. And it's a lot of relationship building, creating the credibility, pursuing the different stakeholders in the decision-making processes. So I think that could be something sometimes that companies needs to really plan carefully and select your focus, really find the first customer and deliver and excel on that, and then build up on that, and have realistic expectations, as you said, and also that those expectations are within the management from your head office, so you have the sort of support from home that this will take time, but it will be worth it in the long term.
Yeah, I think when I approach Polish companies, I always tell them to teach them actually the Swedish concept of lagom. They don't understand what that means because we are very impatient. We would like to do business very quickly, and then the balance between private and professional life is sometimes not in balance. So we teach that, and once they understand, and we actually teach them to have more patience, then they can engage with the partners from Sweden in a better way, a meaningful way. And then those who have done it, they have very, very successful relationships for many years. Of course, failure is part of doing business. All of us know that, and this is also a signal for growth and change. And those who have not succeeded on the market, we always tell them that think about what you have done wrong, think about what you can do better. We can help with that as advisors, but the work is yours to do. And then you can approach the market again. It's not like you can't do it again. You can, but learn the lesson first, and then try to make some changes to actually do it the lagom way. Thank you.
The lagom way, perfect. I actually don't really understand lagom sometimes anyway, so you know, it goes for somebody that is living in Sweden for many, many years. It's a difficult concept sometimes. But you know, we've heard a lot about opportunities. Where do you see the biggest opportunities in the coming, I don't know, 5 or 10 years in different sectors from your country's perspective? Sebastian, could you maybe start with that question?
Well, I'm looking at the low-hanging fruits and our expertise in Poland, I would say it's sustainable modular concrete production. So we have many companies that are specialized in production of modular housing. We have companies like Pekabex, for example, which is already present on the market, on the Scandinavian market, I would say, for many years. And they specialize in affordable, sustainable modular production of housing, especially the people's housing. So that would be one, and then of course we have a range of companies that are building from natural materials, so certified wood. So there's a lot of furniture producers, finishing producers, windows, doors. We have them on the Pavilion, and they are quite eager to learn. And what I tell them is that, well, your ways of doing, your qualities and your values are very, very similar to the Swedish values in terms of sustainability, for example. So I would say that these companies have more chances for success on the Swedish market, obviously. Yeah, I would say those two I would mention. Many more, but I don't think we have time for that.
Eva, from the Dutch perspective?
Yeah, I think I will mention two things. First of all, the investments in civil engineering, and I was thinking about the Dutch roots, fighting or living with the water. A third of the country of the Netherlands is under the water surface. So the Dutch have learned very well how to regulate the water in their surroundings. So this has led to really an interesting expertise on water management and dredging companies, all kinds of maritime works. So that will grow in the future, so that there will be opportunities for Dutch companies. Also, that has to do with the NATO membership and the demands that Sweden has on infrastructure. So there will be opportunities for Dutch larger companies, I would say, and specialists. And then when it comes to circular material, there was a couple of months ago in the Netherlands, the agency for RVO, the agency of entrepreneurs, have produced a guide that describes the Dutch situation for circularity, and also mention a lot of Dutch examples of circular business models and companies that are involved in circular development. And fortunately, we have some pitches in our pavilion tomorrow at 11, and also on Thursday at 3:45. So then you are all welcome to join us there.
Nana,
Yeah.
from the Finnish
From
perspective.
the Finnish perspective, and also from the Swedish, I think I would like to focus on the energy from a few different angles. Of course, when we look at the energy consumption, it's expected to increase a lot and double until 2045. And if we look just at the closest time period until 2030, then we have a very strong boom of data centers, for example, huge energy consumers. So there will be a lot of technology going in there and supporting energy efficiency in those applications. And then, of course, also we see a very strong growth in the Swedish energy technology manufacturing industry, driven by Hitachi, for example, and ABB. So they are expanding their production facilities, they are automating, digitizing, which also connects very well to Finnish strongholds. So there will be plenty of opportunities related to that. And then, of course, also we have an increased need for the electricity transmission. Svenska kraftnät, the Swedish TSO, are investing 70 billion within the nearest years, which is actually a 14 billion increase. So there will also serve a lot of opportunities within that space. And then eventually perhaps also we need more electricity production in the future. So I think the whole landscape around the energy sector is very interesting and very closely connected to the Finnish strongholds as well when it comes to everything from technology to energy efficiency solutions, etc. So that will be quite interesting to follow the closest years, I think.
Perfect. As time is running out, maybe one last question for you. We've had a lot of companies listening that are looking into Sweden and want to enter the market. What would, from your perspective, be the first point of action to them? What should they do first?
I think we can all agree that we are the first point of contact in the market. We are locally here, and even if you represent some other country, I would definitely say that start by looking into your local embassy or local trade promotion, because then you have sometimes advisory for free or very subsidized, and we are always on your side, coming from your perspective, and can really be honest and transparent and discuss the market with you, and also open the doors to the right contacts to take the next steps. So I think it's a good starting point, if I may say so.
Yes, it's a very good starting point, because everything in life, in business, is about contacts with other people. And if you can then assist in leading those, from my perspective, then Dutch companies to the right network, then the Dutch companies have gained a lot of time.
I would say do your homework first. I mean, we have many companies that are attracted with the market here, but not all of them are ready for the market. It's not an easy market, actually. So we always advise the companies to first do the homework in-house to actually see if they can, adjust to the needs and to the demands of the market. And if they are ready, do they have a strategy for expansion, for example? Not all of them have. So there's a lot of work that has to be done beforehand. Of course, we can help. That is great. But then this first work has to be done by the companies themselves. So we always tell that to them. Try maybe other markets first, and then once you have more experience, go to the very demanding, high quality, that's a very demanding market as Swedish market. So that's where it's our first actually way of talking to the companies. Many of them are ready already. That's good, great, we work with them. But yeah, that's the first information we get to the companies. Not to discourage them, of course, from the Swedish market. It's a very good market, but you have to be very well prepared actually to actually succeed. And then we don't like failures, right?
Perfect. So seek advice from experts that you find here at Nordbygg and do your homework, basically. So I wish every company here a very successful Nordbygg. This session concludes the international program at Nordbygg. We were here 2 years ago. We are here today. We will be here in 2 years, I hope. at least.
We definitely will be here.
Perfect.
Poland's going to be present again.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us here. Thank you for Nordic and Stockholm International Affairs. Please visit the national booths, the company booths from all around Europe and all around the world. And also, I would like to welcome you to the Stockholm booth, which is very close hereby. Please talk to us, please talk to the experts, and have a very successful Nordbig. Thank you very much.
Thank you.